Now it's inside the closet. Dun, 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 dun. Into the dungeon. Corner bead. I need to fix my knife badly, guys. I don't like that big thing in it. If I didn't know better, I'd say this was my helper's knife. Let's see, let's tuck this up under here. Get under there. Listen to me, guys. Listen. There we go. All right. Get that tucked in there. That's there. That's there. Normally, I would have needed this piece probably about 2 inches longer, but he didn't tell me I needed 2 pieces. When he called me and told me about this job, he said I only needed 1 piece of corner bead. So he did not tell me about this piece. So I only grabbed 1 piece. And I'm so glad I grabbed the 10-footer because I wouldn't have even had this much in here. But look at how I can fill that in. And how I can fill this corner in here too. And I'll fill this up, put this on here. That's good enough for now. I do this a little bit. Dark in here, isn't it? You know, you shut this door and I'm done. Just don't go in here. Shut this door and lock it. Don't let anybody. I'm done. Right? That's okay. Let's see. So, uh-oh, that's a nail. All right. Since I can't tape this, because all of the mud, all of the tape is going to come off of this anyway, if I try to tape this stuff, I am going to just tape up to it. I'm going to flat tape this right here. So, you know what? I'm kind of running low on mud, so I'm going to add more mud to this so it sets up at the same time that this sets up. So let's mix up some more. And I'd like to take this mud here then and just kind of make sure that this water gets really, really dirty with this mud that I had left in my pan. Now, by rights, this should activate this. And this isn't going to take 20 minutes. The second time. That's going to be a lot quicker. It's going to be, this should set up in about the same time as that my first batch sets up. So if I've been talking the way I think I've been talking, this is going to set up in about 2 seconds. But we'll see. I don't know if this is going to be one great big long video or if he's going to try to make about 15 of them out of it. I don't know. We'll see what happens. All right. Let's see. Any words of wisdom? I'm trying to think. You know, a really close personal friend of mine passed this week. In the last couple of weeks, I should say. His memorial service is this weekend, and so my heart's been really heavy lately. He was a mentor to me, spiritual advisor. He really meant a lot to me. And so I've kind of had a heavy heart this week. But I know he's in a much better place. I have no doubt about that whatsoever. And He's just been just a really good friend. I guess I'm going to get a little personal here. I belong to a couple of different 12-step programs. I had a gambling problem for a while. I had a drug and alcohol problem for a while. And when I joined the program to stop gambling, he was there. And he goes, you know, Ray, after one of these meetings, everybody goes to the bar and has a beer. After one of your other meetings, everybody goes to somebody else's house and plays cards. He goes, you haven't got a chance. But it's been a number of years, and I am very, very grateful to this man for the help he's given me, and the way he's mentored me through the years. So, thanks, Jake. I appreciate it. You know, you talk to Jake and you try to congratulate him for another year, right? Because he's had 50 plus, and he goes, it's not me. You congratulate him. He goes, if it was up to me, I'd still be out there. And I feel the exact same way. So, okay, I didn't quite cover that. I need to bring this over a little. Shame on me. It's too dark in here. But my work looks so much better in the dark. All right. And I'm going to coat this right away. I can coat this right with my 6. I'm right in the angle. I'm going to top this with my 6. Alright, put a little bit more mud in there. Sorry. Not as easy as I thought it would. So let's take this angle, and that's why I needed my other blade. Let me go grab my other blade. That's it. My corner trowel. Somebody asked me one time why I don't use trowels, and they were talking about plasters that they're called plasters in other countries, in Canada and things like that. I think in Europe too, they're called plasters too. Here we're called drywall finishers, and there's a good reason for that. In the Chicagoland area where I live, I just live in the suburbs of Chicago. The unions were very strong. They still are. The unions are very strong around here. And when drywall started to become a thing, and people started doing the drywall work, the plasters used to do the finishing. That's what they did. But then they're sitting there saying, you know what? Drywall will never take over. It's never going to be as good as plaster. Everybody's going to want plaster. They're not going to want to have an inferior product of drywall, and so on, right? So they needed a union. Drywall finishers needed a union to join in order to keep working in the Chicagoland area. And the plasters were like, we don't want them. We don't want them. So they had to go somewhere. You know what? I'm going to take the rest. No, I'm not. Newspaper tape. So we had to go somewhere. So the painters were like, you know what? We'll take them. They can come into our union. So I belong to the Painters Union since 1976. I've been in the Painters Union, and so we joined the Painters Union. Painters use pan and knives. The cement finishers, who were the plasterers, the cement finishers and plasterers are in the same union. So around here, if you're going to be a plasterer, you're going to be joining the cement finishers union. If you're going to be a drywall finisher, you're going to be joining the Painters Union. There is definitely a difference here. They're not the same here at all. And so, so all of your plasterers are in the Cement Finishers Union. All of the drywall finishers are in the Painters Union. And that's where I got in. I mean, I got into the Painters Union, like I said, in 1976, and haven't been able to get out of it ever since. Help me, Mr. Wizard, help! I don't want to be a drywall finisher anymore. You guys remember that? Rizzle trazzle, trazzle trazzle. Time for this one to come home. Hey, you guys comment if you've heard that before. So, my cameraman has it. He's way too young for that. I've been looking at my audience too. My audience is young. I mean, what are they? 30-somethings? Probably in the 30-somethings. So, that's my youngest. You're gonna see my daughter soon, guys. I'm gonna have my daughter do some patches, some DIY patches and repairs, and you're gonna see her doing it. She's never done it before, honestly. She kind of works security, and she's never really done it before. But I thought it'd be a great idea to have somebody who's never really patched, you know, who's never really held pans and knives, doing it, you know, so you can see. So a novice can see how somebody else does it, and then they don't have to feel bad that they think they're doing it wrong or they're doing it sloppy, you know, or not good enough, because I'm gonna let her know, hey, good enough, stop, don't do anymore, walk away, leave it alone, let it set up, you can fix it later. So we'll see. As soon as those come out, you'll know, because they'll be posted right away, and then you don't have to look at my ugly mug. You can look at her, and she's cute. And I'm not saying that because she's my daughter. If I'm saying it because she's my daughter, she's beautiful. That's what I'm saying, because she's my daughter. All right, I have this last angle I have to tape here, and then I'm going to coat this up real quick. This is starting to set up. I can feel it setting up in my pan. So as soon as I get this in, I coat this stuff real quick, and then I can go back to where I started, because that should be set up. Clean this stuff up, go back to where I'm started, and do it again. Do it again. All right. Do this. All right. Excellent. Now, put this in. There's light in here. This has got to be a pantry or something that just for holding stuff.